Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic blah blah mute project, and if you want an introduction, you can just check my previous live stream straight up to January 2021 for the past 3.5 years. We will cover a synopsis, or we have covered, sorry, a synopsis of everything. And so if you want a summary, just go check there. Without further ado, we're just going to cover what we want to cover today. And what I have here right now is a little bit of stuff, a lot of stuff to cover actually. Some videos, even that don't usually, I just played that right now a little bit. But for the next 14 minutes or so, we're going to break into 3 segments as usual. The first maybe 5 minutes or so, we're going to have maybe, I don't know, 30 photographs of food, cooking, recipes, kind of, logistical matters and affairs, as well as some media assets. And, actually it might drag on to about 8 minutes. It might take a bit longer because we're going to also have that video. So you see in the middle right now, there's this little kind of, what you see is kind of this robotics kind of stuff. And you can see a little bit on the bottom left-hand side as well. And so this has to do with something that I was sent to me, like I said, from yesterday's live stream. One of my colleagues or fellow, he's a staff member at a long-term care seniors home that I still volunteer with. And so he sent me this thing, and I wanted to showcase it because it's pretty interesting, which does have something to do with the title saying neurology, emotion. You can think of these things as being relevant aspects to designing any sort of artificial robotics. So with that being said, that's what we'll cover in the next 8 minutes or so. And then after that, we're gonna get up around the room. We're gonna start moving around, and that'll be a very active part of the stream that you can look forward to, with culminating in the last maybe 2-3 minutes. I'll probably try to cover some basic stuff that I need to cover that can't be shown, so not visually, but talking about relationships, about working overtime this weekend yet again for the 3rd week, and how we have a lot of work and stuff, and then deliver take-home message. That being said, let's get started. What I'm going to do right now is just kind of remove the robotics right there. That's what to look forward to in the next maybe 10 minutes. So we're going to start with the food, okay? And so what I'm going to do is drag this up here a little bit. You can see that screenshot of the guy here with the robotics. Like I said, something that was sent to me from a colleague of mine. Now I'm going to remove that. We're going to start talking about food first, and if I can, try to play the music a little bit here so that's not so damn boring. Alright, good. So we have today's kind of oatmeal, and oatmeal. So it's more than oatmeal, obviously. You take a look at that, and I can say that the ingredients I used here, I've already covered in the previous live stream. I'm not going to do that again because I already did it yesterday. You can see the coconut milk, you can see the oregano and everything, as well as the prebiotic bread. Now the main highlight is chiefly, you see in the backdrop there, the quick oats, rapid oats. And the reason why I want to cover this is because I actually haven't actually made a recipe of bread and sandwiches using quick oats from Dandy Pack anymore. And so I just want to cover that in brief and say I did make a recording of that, and now it's part of that. So you can see also at the very bottom right hand side the oatmeal, and these are here on the ingredients that we incorporated from Boost, Strawberry Boost meal replacement. We also have the prebiotic bread with fiber and stuff like that. A bit of protein. We have almond breeze, coconut milk, Usana Health Sciences, those supplements I take, again, part of my own business as well. HEPA Plus, Cell Essentials, Vita Antioxidants, all that kind of jazz. And of course, we also have, oh shit, I just moved something. We have also the oatmeal that was finished a while ago. So I'm just reusing the packaging there, and that's going to be kind of my logistical affairs for today. I'm going to showcase a little bit more. Again, you can see the sandwich on the inside, right? The prebiotic sandwich with chia seeds, ground cloves, stuff like that inside. Dehydrated onions, I believe, black pepper. Black pepper is a key ingredient because it helps with intestinal absorption of nutrients that I may receive from my supplements, as well as just from the food in general. So that's that, and yeah, we're going to run through the photographs. And so I think that's it here. Here's, once again, a bit of the after I finish making the sandwich, it's put inside here, and you can see it's just several close-up shots. I took too many photographs, and that's actually a portion of the stream that I want to dedicate to, once again as usual, project management, trying to take as many photographs as I can and cover it in as quick a time frame as possible, so that this is stuff I can showcase in the future on, say, some sort of platform that like all recipes or something like that. All right, Yelp, maybe Yelp's more of it. All right, so right here, bird snapshot photograph. You can see the robotics which we're getting to. So let's just move on to that now. I'm going to first showcase the screenshots before we get to the video. And so here's the screenshots of, so you can see, the robotics right there, the guy. I don't really know who he is. I don't actually know anybody there. More bird snapshots actually of food, but this one's more relevant. Again, you can see the Albert Einstein there. You can see there's like an Asian old man there, as well as a robotic figure of this lady with pink hair, stuff like that. Some applications, I guess you could say, probably looks like gaming or something like that. I noticed I also missed some food. I'll have to cover that right now. Give me a second here. So I was covering the food here for today's breakfast, and I realized I missed something else. So we have this kind of gift items. So you see in the title as well, I mentioned treats. So yesterday I received more stuff as well. So we're gonna get to robotics. This is a little bit of an intermission. I apologize because I forgot. There's this Nature Valley sweet, salty, dark chocolate granola bar. We also have a package inside this clear plastic bag, and clementine and two Swiss Delight or Swiss Delice. That's what I guess that's how you might pronounce it. Milk chocolate, 32% cocoa. And so that's kind of 3-4 items I received all inside a plastic bag from my colleague. Again, Emma's giving me, I'm gonna have to try to speak to her today and say, please don't give me any more, please. It's just, again, it plays into me having this obsession with the dependence. I know I should just be grateful and accept that, but if someone gives you something every single day, you're gonna feel like awful. And at the end of the day, I don't know how you feel about that, but that's definitely something I couldn't do that. And so I appreciate this. I've expressed that multiple times. I'm gonna probably remind her today that listen, please, I have my own food, and I appreciate this very much, but once in a while it's fine, but not every day. I don't want you to spend your money, your food, your groceries on me. If this becomes an everyday consistent kind of thing, which it has been for the past week, then I just won't feel comfortable. Okay, moving on. All right, finally to the interesting segment. So you can see several screenshots of the God, I may be a little bit sick actually. Not sure. Something in the throat. All right, that's not good. It's not something that that's not a good sign with the whole pandemic situation. Anyways, right here we have. All right, you can see this. It looks like a lady with a leg that may have been amputated. In fact, she's a robot. She's a robot. So that's incredible, because from this angle, from that kind of view, the distance, I did not know. I thought that was a lady with her leg amputated and then she got robotic replacements. But that's not true. This is a complete robot. She is a complete robot. Think about that for a second. So how far have we made it? I'm assuming this is something from a company in China. I don't believe this is something that's happening in North America, even though the guy who I showcased, he looks like he's European descent or something like that. Again, here's another one. This is a very high, it looks like they really set it up to look like some sort of high-tech scenery, almost like a sci-fi film flick, Here's a hand. So this is kind of creepy, right? You got this hand here, but it does look, it's making, what they call it? It's kind of 3.5D or 2.5D. It's not exactly there. You can tell it's almost fake to some extent because the texture is a little bit too smooth or whatever. And you can tell it's not a real human being, but it's definitely a 3D workable artificial AI model. They have all the, social dynamics working in it, all the motor coordination, the visual pattern recognition, it's all the hardwiring. It's fantastic how much progress they've made over the years. Just seeing this sent from me, like I said, a security guard who's a good friend of mine, volunteering at the seniors home. So he sent me this, and again, you can see the guy there. He's just kind of tweaking around her back with the electronics, I believe, and that's that. And then you got the head of the Asian dude, and here he is, standing right here next to the robotics themselves, and the guy himself. Okay, so with the lady, a Chinese lady in the backdrop, so maybe Japanese, I don't know. Now I'm gonna play the video. So it is interesting. The music's gonna cut off. Okay. So you can see that's definitely a little bit creepy. I have to say a little bit creepy, but it's Jesus, look at that. That's a robot. That's a robot. That's not a human being with her leg amputated or whatever. Look at the back. You can see all of that right there. That's incredible. Right here's one functioning model. You can see it's kind of fidgety. You know, the movements aren't smooth, but obviously there's a demonstration, and I don't honestly believe, you know, this is a far cry from what I would have expected in current day. I'm going to try and fast forward a little bit here on the... Okay, so you see the guy here, right? The head's moving, the old man, the lady there. Now here's one taking off the facials and everything, so all the cosmetics off, and he's just kind of playing around there, so it's kind of interesting, dancing with it. Okay, so this one, once again, look at that, almost looks like holograms on the very backdrop. It's amazing. So X Robots, I'm assuming, oh, that's creepy as fuck, but X Robots is, I guess, the company name. And wow, damn. So all this kind of stuff, like I said, this gift was sent to me from a buddy of mine over at the seniors home, and apparently this is incredible. You know, look at, well, you know, there's a fine line to tread. You have to be a little bit careful about technology. We already know that Elon Musk and Bill Gates, you know, they acknowledge that one of the most prominent dangers is technology over getting ahead of us and not being able to keep up with the times, regulations, and it's possible that things like this may be very easily taken advantage of by people without good intentions. So that's that. And so this is the robots, and here's the GIF here, like all these different models there. It's quite amazing, quite scary. And here's one that's interesting, right? This is them they're suiting up an AR robot for themselves in the suit of their own company, so X Robotics or whatever, something like that. And I think that's about it. So I'm gonna close it now. So good. That was a bit creepy. Now I'm gonna turn on the lights. I have about 2 minutes left on the stream, and we're just gonna move around, trying to cover what we can. Okay. So on the left-hand side, we have the panel. I'm gonna get up now. The theme of robotics again. So it seems like I covered the treats. Good. So right here we have in region D1. So here are the stuff that I received real close up here from ML. So I didn't eat it all. I just ate the chocolate, the clementine, and the granola bar. I'm gonna put back into the work bag, and I'm gonna eat that too for today's dinner. We have the Ensure bottle here. Drank half of it, and we have this little package of quick oats, which I am reusing with a sandwich inside. So I'm gonna fold it up. And the good thing about this, again, the packaging I want to cover, is because it's plastic and resealable, so it keeps the moisture inside the sandwich. And stick it inside this bag. I'll sort it out when the live stream's over. So that's that, and done. So I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to say, you know, left-hand side panel. We, once again, have not made it to the panel. The only thing I can mention in the next maybe 45 seconds, 603, 604. So obviously I received the treats, but also I'm going to work overtime, like I said, this Saturday most likely, because again, heavy orders, again, working in protective equipment, PPE, and again, I just also want to help my colleagues out because it's a very heavy job for them to do alone. Especially the family, the owners of the business have been very, I don't know, they're just fantastic people. That being said, take home message, what is that? Take care of yourself, your health, your finances. Make sure you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, not to preach, but because, you know, hope you share this understanding with me that you can only help other people if you can help yourself first and stand on your 2 feet. With that being said, hope to see a better version of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning. Ciao.